Hi everyone, my name is Andy Klingensmith. I'm on the interpretation team here at Shaw Nature Reserve, and I want to thank you for joining me on another virtual hike as part of the Sights and Sounds Trail series. Today we're going to go explore the Bottomland Forests found at the end of Quarry Road here. So in the early days of Shaw Nature Reserve, this road was used to haul much of the timber and the rocks that were necessary for a lot of infrastructure projects found around the nature reserve. Today, this road offers an easy access for visitors to make their way down to the Bottomland Forests while enjoying the many flowering plants that are found along the edges of this road. And as we move down in elevation, we'll watch as our oak and hickory dominated woodlands give way to the dense forests of sycamores, cottonwoods, silver maples, and elms. So, come with me as we explore the sights and sounds of the road edge as we make our way down to the Bottomland Forests. Down here in the bottomlands, nutrients and moisture are plentiful in this rich alluvial soil. So as this is also the floodplain of the Merrimack, as the river floods, it brings in new nutrients every year. And behind me is what's commonly known as the airstrip. Now, unfortunately, there's no documented cases of planes ever landing here, but because this area is so fertile, like many places around Shaw Nature Reserve, this at one time was farmland. And because it was farmland, our crew and our staff at the reserve have been busy working to restore this area to a more natural setting. And through our restoration efforts, in 2003, nearly 150 acres of the Shaw Nature Reserve bottomland woodlands and gravel bars associated with the Merrimack River were designated a state natural area, which is equivalent to a federal wilderness area. And it was nominated due to its rare and best regional representation of original Merrimack bottomland forest. So hiking on the trails down here, I've come across this plant that has leaves of 3. You know, the common mantra is leaves of 3, let them be. But if we take a second and we stop to observe this plant, we recognize this is different. This is not poison ivy. This is in fact Boxelder Maple, or Acer negundo. A couple easy ways to identify this as Boxelder Maple is one, it's a tree. So these are little suckers growing out the trunk of this tree. The tree has nice light gray bark with shallow ridges running up and down the trunk. And then when you want to look at the leaves. So if we take a look at these leaves, we notice that yes, they do in fact look very similar to poison ivy. They are compound leaves, meaning coming off a single leaf stem. We have multiple leaflets. But a main difference is that Acer negundo, being a maple, the leaves in the leaf arrangements are opposite, meaning that coming off of the main stem here, the leaves grow off oppositely of each other, where poison ivy tends to grow in an alternate fashion. Another thing to look for is the new growth of this Boxelder maple is green. Careful, sassafras also has green new growth, but sassafras is also alternate. So when we see green new growth, oppositely arranged leaves with a compound structure that looks like poison ivy, Boxelder maple. So why don't you take this time to practice your ID skills and see if you can name the plants in these next few scenes. For a challenge, try naming the Latin name before the common name. All right, everyone. Well, I hope these ID challenges are helping you to increase your ability to identify the plant species found here at Shaw Nature Reserve. Because again, in my opinion, as we increase our ability to identify both the flora and fauna that surrounds us, the more connected we end up feeling to these larger natural communities. So thanks for joining me today as we explored the Bottomland Forests. I'm now going to head back up the hill to the trailhead. So wherever you are, I do hope that you are finding some time to get outdoors, enjoy this beautiful spring weather, and take some time to explore the sights and sounds in your area. I'll see you next time.